Sex is not the most important thing in a relationship, but it's one of the most important things. And it can be really hard to overcome a disappointing sex life. You love your partner, and in every other area of your relationship, you guys connect. But when it comes to the bedroom issues, though, something's missing. Unless you both agree that this is not important to you both, it can lead to a relationship falling apart. It's important that you are sexually compatible if you want that relationship to last. Now, you can work on sexual compatibility, and it's not something that you always have to have from the very beginning. Also, only because the sex isn't great on the first date does not mean it's always going to be that way. As you both get to know each other more, it can get much better. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you about 12 signs that you are sexually compatible with someone. Whether you are in a relationship or you are single, this video is going to help. Like and subscribe. You finish each other's sentences. You know each other so well that you just seem to finish each other's sentences. Both of you understand what you are thinking. It's almost like you have a sixth sense. This is really useful when it comes to sex because you both know what the other person wants. You can tell when they want to have sex and what they want you to do. This sixth sense makes you very sexually compatible. Your sex drives match. Vanessa Marin is a sex therapist, and she says that the single most common reason that couples come in for sex therapy is because of mismatched sex. This is one of the most important things that will determine sexual compatibility between two people. If you have just started dating someone, a good way to determine sexual compatibility is to see if your sex drives match. Normally, a lady's sex drive will always be lower than a guy's. It's fine if it is a little bit lower. You might have a problem though if one person is really low and the others are really high. This is not something that you can change. Everyone is born with the sex drive that they have. So if one person's is low, it might fluctuate a little bit, but it will always probably remain pretty low. This is something you should talk to your partner about early on. It's as simple as asking how often they like to have sex, but it could save you a world of bad sex in the long run. You both kiss the same. Most sex starts with a kiss, and kissing helps to build that sexual tension. Having a similar kissing style to your partner actually determines your levels of sexual compatibility. Most people kiss in a style that feels natural to them. Although everyone will kiss slightly different to be sexually compatible, it's important that you kiss with a certain synchronicity to your kissing partner. That means that you have a mutual rhythm, pace, and oral wetness. According to a research paper by Oxford University, kissing people helps people figure out how compatible a partner is long-term. So if you want to find out if you are sexually compatible with someone, kiss them and see if it matches up. There is a spark between you. Although some people have said that a spark is not really a sign that you have long-term sexual compatibility, it can definitely tell you something. If you're going through a rough patch sex-wise, a spark can help you make it through. If you had a spark at the beginning, reigniting it can help take you back to that time in your relationship when the sex was great. This can be enough to get you onto the same page, but it's not always. If you are going through a rough patch, you both might need to put some serious work into your sex life so that you can make it work out. You both make time for each other. This is a really important part of sexual compatibility. Life gets busy and things start piling up. Work, children, pets, chores, and then hobbies will take up your precious time. And the free time that we have left, we want to spend relaxing. It's easy to come up with excuses, and before you know, you've not had sex in a month. So to be sexually compatible, you both need to be willing to set aside time for sex. You share the same sexual behaviours. When you both have the same type of sexual behaviours, it normally means that you are more compatible. Some people are more simple when it comes to sex, and others are a lot more adventurous. Everyone falls somewhere on this spectrum. Now, there is nothing wrong with either. Like in simple sex or adventurous sex, it's all okay. It's just better to find someone that enjoys sex in a similar way to you. That way, you can both enjoy the type of sex that you have, and no one feels like they are missing out. You both like to try new things. If you start realizing that your sexual compatibility is low, there are ways to spice things up. It does not mean that it's over. You just need to start getting a little bit creative and be willing to compromise and try new things. Also, if your partner is willing to compromise when it comes to the bedroom, it means that you will both compromise in other areas of the relationship, which means you will have a long-term standing, healthy relationship. You can both communicate with each other. When you have clear lines of communication, it's going to make it so much easier for you both to ask each other what you actually want. When it comes to sex, you can't just expect your partner to know what you want or what you like. You need to understand it so that they can understand it too. You also need to listen to what they like and be able to communicate during sex. Communication is something you both need to work on for a healthy relationship, but also if you both want to stay sexually compatible. You both know each other's signs well. You can tell when the other person wants to have sex. You kind of just know. It's like you see that glint in their eye. Now, of course, sometimes your partner will just come out and say, let's have sex. Other times, though, you need to be able to read the room and understand their body language for when they want it. Your partner might run their hand down your back to show you that they want it, or halfway through a Netflix session, they might have that glimpse in their eye. It's also important that you both can tell when the other person does not want to have sex. Remember, relationships are 50-50, and if one of you does not want to have sex, you don't have to do it, and the other person should respect that. You have a similar relationship to sex. You both like to have sex in the same way. Maybe you both think of sex as a romantic thing, slow and close and very intimate. Or you could think of sex as a way to release all of that anger and you enjoy rough sex. You could find sex a little scary. However you feel about sex, it is important that your partner and you have that similar relationship. This is going to make sure that you both like to have the same type of sex and not cause any awkwardness. Both of you put in effort. If you are both willing to put in a certain amount of effort, it shows that you are sexually compatible. This means putting time aside for sex, understanding what the other person likes, and being willing to try new things. At the start of a relationship, sex is easy. You cannot keep your hands off each other, but by the end, it becomes a lot harder. So, you have to put in more effort, otherwise the relationship might start to encounter some problems. Sometimes it's important to go on a date with each other to reset and start again. Sexual compatibility is not always easy, and it's something that you will need to work on after that initial spark has started to fizzle out.
There you go, we've reached the end of the video. I really hope this video helped. Leave your comments down below if you feel I've missed something from today's video. And one more thing, if you want to get your name rolling up like these people's names just here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar to find out a little bit more. Have an amazing day, like and subscribe. See you soon.